Okay, it's a 3 minutes game and against a bit stronger opponent, so I need to speed up. But I thought, okay, it's a good thing to have, a little bit stronger opponent. So sorry if I can't comment on everything now, but let's see how the game develops. So I expect him to play rather solid, and this bishop I want to play to c3 now. His idea could be to play c5 and fight for the for this square for some of these pieces. And as you can see, the only move that is a little bit strange looking in my opinion is h6. I don't know if you really need to play it because it weakens somehow his position on this wing. So he really it looks a bit strange what he does I think. So I keep now my pieces on board. I want to attack his king, and something like this. I already threatened sometimes to take on f7. I'm quite happy actually with my position, I have to say. I want to get rid all of the defenders here. This one is very important, and I don't care about this pawn at all. I even threatened with this bishop to take here now. I'm surprised how he plays, I have to say. I mean, what's his idea now? I can take on f7. I can take here. I threaten everything. I would say this is not the way you should play. Okay. Threaten to take here. Threaten to take here. I want my rook to come over here as well, so how can I do it as quickly as possible? It's a pity. How can I do it? Sacrifice here? No. I need to speed up a bit. I want to move this and this, both bishops back, and then try attacking him even more. Maybe I should try something like yeah. Why does he play this? I mean, I'm very happy to exchange this black squared bishops, okay? So here are now holes again, and what is he doing? Looks like he wants to lose. Okay, he threatens something like here, to take here, but I could play bishop e4 also later on, taking here. There are so many threats. I can go now to this square.
Check.
Whew. Bishop g6 takes, king e6. It's not a mate. It's close though.
Check.
Yeah, his king is in terrible shape. Okay, knight e5, knight h5. There are so many possibilities. And just bring over the other rook. Threat is rook f5.
Black resigns.
Yeah, well, okay, I don't know if I play a 3 minutes game again, but I just couldn't resist that there was a player, you know, he offered like 2,400 to play against him. So so sometimes we get some stronger players as well. And if we compare now this game to other games, you could see that his opening play was really good. So despite, I mean, I don't like h6, but maybe it's theory. I think it should be theory because a 2,400 player, I mean, he knows what to do. So but there's a really good strategy behind all the moves he has. So he plays really against this square e4. So these pieces are directed against e4. I can't use g5. He wants to play knight f6 later on, put pressure on f6, yeah. And if he plays the knight f6, I could always play bishop g4 to exchange a piece, which is posed to attack my piece on e4. So this strange-looking move h6 eventually fights for e4, yeah, because this knight later on can be kept on f6 where it is now. So sometimes I mean, there are exceptions for pawn moves like this, but in this position already, I mean, black has problems with his queenside pieces. Look all a little bit, you know, squeezed inside here. If I was him, I would have exchanged on e4 and play f6, and then I think it's fine. But this all looks a little bit artificial. Maybe I should have played here already knight f6, because I think my whole plan is attacking his king now. Because look, my pieces are all prepared to attack his king, and f7 is a weak spot. That's why I played knight e5 later on, and I wanted to keep the pieces though. So that's why I played knight g3, and yeah, I'm not sure if if this is so good what I did here. I didn't want to open up the center, so here maybe there are some other moves, because look, this queen is aiming at this bishop also, so maybe d5 is a really good move here. I mean, I lost this pawn anyway, so knight h5 was a bad move, but if I play d5, I open up the diagonal for my bishop here, and I think he can't even take here, you know, because this bishop is not protected. So yeah, there are a lot of tactics going on. So but I mean, here he just gives away his most important piece, the knight on f6. He should have played something maybe like the other knight to d7 to protect this important knight. And here he already has a deep trouble. I mean, I threatened to take here. I threatened to sacrifice a bishop. So yeah, that's the point. My pieces are all aimed against his king. So what he tries to do now is to protect f7, and that's a move I don't understand. I mean, I think without thinking more than a second, most players would play bishop g7 to keep control over the squares here. But I think he was afraid that I could play something like knight h6. He has to move, and then I play a check here. Yeah, maybe this was the reason. But after this move, taking here, I think I have a huge advantage. And here I was thinking about bishop e4, but I didn't like it because I wanted to keep pieces on board. And yeah, I think there are some other ways
Check.
to win in this position, but
Check.
I mean, this, if you look at this position now, okay, he's a piece up, but his king is very, very lonely. There is nothing to protect him around. Yeah, so yeah, it's just a question of time how to mate him, and it's not nice to be a king and without the army. So so it's something around here when yeah, knight h5. He just he allowed me to change his defending pieces. One was the knight, and now even the bishop d2. So this is too much in my opinion. My pieces now have yeah, it's far easier for me to attack his king. You know, also this bishop is attacking on g6. He tries to yeah, threaten a mate and something, but the position is already very, very, very difficult for him. So if your opponent attacks your king, yeah, try to keep your defending pieces and try to get rid of the attacking pieces of your opponent. But the most important pieces you need to defend, yeah, you need to keep, like this bishop on g7, and also this knight was quite important. So yeah, that's it. Just keep your defense in control.